Hey, Stephen Bonacore, the Podfather of gaming. I'm here again. This is Friday morning, I think, isn't it?
It is Friday
morning.
The
days go crazy here. I'm in booth 840, the Grand Gamers Academy.
Gamers Guild.
The GGG, the Grand Gamers Guild. You used to have an academy too.
I did, and I taught your games.
That's right.
That's why we're...
Mark Spector, really one of my oldest friends in this industry, because he was a demo guy. He ran a demo team that was just amazing. He'd bring armies of people to Origins and to Gen Con, and he'd help me out in the booth and other people as well. He didn't just do it for me, though. I was his most important client, of course. Obviously. But Mark now owns his own publishing company, Grand Gamers Guild, and he's doing some amazing work. And he's doing such amazing work, I'm gonna focus in on it. I don't normally do that, but I'm gonna focus in on this game here called
Aldabas, Doors of Cartagena. Sure, can do.
And I can make sure this looks good for Mark, because this is a good-looking, cool game. So Mark, tell me about Aldabas.
Sure, so Aldabas, Doors of Cartagena, is our newest game. Basically, it is about Colombia of old, where your aldaba, or door knocker, represented your profession. All right? So it's a very simple game to play mechanically. It is a very difficult game to play and do well. So on your turn, you're going to do one of three things. You're going to grab some money and keep your coffers full.
Keep going, man. Keep going.
Okay, I was going to say, those coins are actually representative, like they're modeled on real coins.
Oh, that's neat.
You know.
Double-sided, too, printed onto both sides.
You are going to play a card to your tableau, and when you do that, it will fire the powers of the cards to the left and below it. Or you're going to buy a card from the docks, where the influential citizens come back into Cartagena. That's it. You do one of three things. That's how you play the game. Now, doing well is a totally different story, because the way it scores is really highly coupled. This is a crunchy euro in a card game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if you try to do everything, you're basically going to accomplish nothing. But if you focus in, say, on soldiers score based on the nobles that are present in your block. So you need to have enough soldiers to win the soldiers' influence, but then you have to have enough nobles to matter to get a good score. Fishers score based on cards that are kept back in your hand. Normally you want to put your power cards out, but this one's asking you to hold them back. Nobles score based on coins that are in your vault. Clergy scores based on the influence that is in your tableau. And builders score based on non-builder cards. So once again, you need to have enough builders in your tableau to score them, but you need to have enough non-builder cards to make your score matter. And that is Aldabas. It plays solo to 4 in about 45 minutes.
That is really, really cool. I mean, it's simple enough to play quickly, it looks like, but it's got the depth of a real big Euro game.
Yeah, it is very full of crunchy decisions.
Now I'm going to come back up here, because Mark is a handsome guy, and we need to have this guy on camera more with the Podfather. Mark, you also have, besides Aldabas, you also have a bunch of small games that are themed for holidays, and usually themed for holidays, but they're micro games, and that's just a fun market to be in, right? You take one of these micro games, and there's one of them right here called The Pumpkin Problem. Obviously, we're talking about a Halloween-themed game. You take it, and you slip it in your pocket. I'm going to steal this one like you saw, so I just did just now. But seriously, I mean, these are take on the road kind of things. Play with your friends, like at a bar or something like that.
Yeah. So
tell me about them. Show each one of them as you do it.
So we have 4 in the line right now. We have Kringle Caper. That was our first one. Independent Incident. Pumpkin Problem, as Mr. Bonacore pointed out. And then Cupid Crisis, themed for Christmas, 4th of July, Halloween, and Valentine's Day. And these are, so I never expected to get into the escape room genre, but Jonathan Schaffer, who also designed a game called Stroop that I published, is a genius. He was going to put out the Kringle Caper, which wasn't the Kringle Caper back then, as a Christmas gift to his friends and family.
Oh, that's neat, right?
And
very cool.
Every year he makes an 18-card game of some kind that he gives away. And I said to him, dude, we got to publish this. This is legit. And so we did. And then I said, could you keep going? And he said, why, yes, I can. And so,
I can.
We have 4 in the series right now. And we have the Birthday Burglary is coming next. And then we have the Groundhog Gambit. And as long as Jonathan keeps producing, I'm going to keep publishing, because they're hour-long, 18-card escape room games. They're non-destructible. You can pass them on when you're done. There is literally no better stocking stuffer in this world for the gamer in your life.
Right.
And yeah, we have those for sale as well.
Got them for sale for
$10.99 or all 4 for $40.
Look at
I
that.
mean, it's impulse purchase price, and it's hours of entertainment.
very, very, very neat.
Oh, yeah.
And before we go on to anything else, if you don't like the games, you can come over here and get yourself a spatula with a meeple.
That's right.
That says gamer.
Yes.
Be proud. Be gamer. Meeple spatula.
The Meeple grilling spatula is super heavy duty. I have a friend local to Grand Rapids who made a grilling axe. And I said, could you stamp that in the shape of a meeple? And he said, yes, I can. So, I mean, these are made in the USA. They're 14 gauge stainless steel. Yes, they're also a zombie apocalypse weapon. You can totally murder someone with this. It is, that is not a suggestion.
That is not a suggestion.
That's
we
right.
do not condone violence, murder, or of any type.
That's right.
For any reason, don't do it.
But I happen to know it's scientifically proven that your burgers and beers taste better when they have been touched by a meeple. So, there you go. A Meeple grilling spatula.
There's science behind this stuff.
Exactly.
We know that. So, and this is
that is just a bottle opener.
Just a very cool
It is the bottle opener.
Meeple bottle opener. You get a pair of these. These are like $15.
$15 for the bottle opener and $25 for the spatula, which comes with a bottle opener on it. So you're fully equipped.
2 for 1 there if you want to do
Exactly.
that. Mark, again, you're one of the people that have been in the industry longer, not like I've been talking to people in the back row too.
Yeah.
Because we want to talk to the smaller companies who are doing some things, don't even have a game out yet, but Mark's got a bunch of things out. In fact, you just sent me a game, which is really nice of you because Mark knows how much I like beer, and he sent me the Belgian Beers Race. Belgian Beers Race. Very cool. But what I want to talk to you about now, if you have a second, is
all the time.
I mean, we have gone through a huge thing in this industry.
Yes.
In so many levels, right? COVID was a huge thing, continues to be. How have you had to and not even based on COVID alone, but anything, the industry has changed in a material way from when I entered in 2008 until 2022 now. And you've been through and you've seen it. How have you had to change some of your processes, and how have you had to deal with certain things that have happened over COVID, but over the last 5 years? Because the industry is in flux and it's changing. How many processes or how many things have you had to deal with of a different nature that you didn't expect that you were going to do with?
Well, I mean, I think the biggest thing, as we all know, is logistics, right?
Right, logistics.
When you open a small business, everything takes twice as much time and twice as much money. Well, when you add on a pandemic and a subsequent shipping crisis, now it's like everything takes 4 times as long and 4 times as much money. I mean, this is not a complaint, it's just a reality. In 2020 to 2021, I spent $30,000 on shipping that I did not expect to spend.
Yeah, I mean, think about that. That's a game-changing amount of money. It could have put a lot of companies out of business.
It did.
Fortunately, you had enough resources and enough game sales that you can weather that kind of storm.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, Kickstarter is a blessing and a curse for its varied reasons. Obviously, it front loads the money, so you have the cash flow to do the things. It's also very difficult, and you got to be watchful, as any organization would, not to get yourself into a Ponzi scheme where you're taking money in to cover past concerns. We've never been there. I don't intend to be there.
Don't do that either.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, for example, I was supposed to have product that a few years ago would have been in time for the holiday season. Now, I don't know if I'm making it. And the people who are expecting it just go, I guess that's the way it is. I mean, you're doing the best you can.
Right, and that's a good message to the gamers out there, is that literally everyone's trying. Everybody wants to sell you a product, but literally they can't.
Exactly.
Getting things into a container is so much harder than anybody could possibly have ever imagined it would be.
Yep.
Not to mention the cost, they've gone up by 4 times or 6 times.
Yeah.
A cost of a $4,000 container.
Cost me $22,000 when I moved endangered into.
Think about that for a second. So we all want to sell you product. Just remember, be a little more patient these days. Hopefully it'll work itself out in the long run.
Oh, it will. It will.
So Mark, thank you so much for being with me. I want everyone here to know they should come over to the Grand Gamers Guild. Check out
Aldabas, Doors of Cartagena.
Aldabas, Doors to Cartagena. Check that out. Check out the very cool micro games that he has, all themed for the holidays. What great stocking stuffers these things could be for you or your family. Put them in your own stocking if you'd like. And get a zombie apocalypse weapon. This is really, really strong, and you could kill somebody, but we don't condone that kind of stuff.
The meat you touch with this should already be dead.
Chopped,
flipped on a grill.
There you go. I'm Stephen Bonacore, the Podfather of gaming. Come to see Aldabas here, Grand Gamers Guild, booth 840, and I'll see you next time.